What is up, fam? It is Dean here with you again. And today we're going to be talking about. I got to get used to this finger over here, not this one, because I go boom, boom, boom. All right. Today we are talking about how to get your mind right so that you can be successful. No matter who you are, the more that you internally become better, the more that you internally reach the goals that you set out to reach, the more that you're going to see success externally. There is a common misconception, especially with business owners who run big companies, that if I can only find the right consultant, if I can only find the right solution to the technological solution, or if I can hire the right person, and hopefully you're hearing me all right, figuring this stuff out, that if I can only find the perfect technology, person, strategy, things like that, that's when I'm going to really make it to where I want to go next. Yet time and time again, big businesses, small businesses, and people in general are not able to be successful with whatever it is that they're trying to do. And there is a reason for that. So one of my mentors, Garrett White from Wake Up Warrior, but Tony Robbins talks about this, Jim Rohn talks about this, many entrepreneurs talk about this, is that you have to become the person that you intend to be in 2 to 3 years. That person who has scaled their business to 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 figures, billionaire. That person thinks a certain way, has a certain network around him, has certain friends that your small business owner who's a one-person show, who's doing everything, who is afraid to hire a bookkeeper because they might not do it the right way, or it might cost too much, or whatever, that small-time business owner could never think in the same way. I know for me, going from a 5-figure business to a 6-figure business to then a 7-figure business, the way that I thought 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, the way that I thought then, it would be literally impossible to sustain what I'm creating right now. In fact, one of my mentors, a guy named Tyler, who got me into real estate investing, he had shared with me things like the sweep strategy. He was extremely good with getting financing and loans and moving money around and finding all these creative ways to create capital, to do stuff. He showed me how to do what he was doing. In fact, he used my money, and I obviously approved of it, to do what he would normally do. Well, my less than brain at the time, I actually thought he was cheating me. I actually thought he was I'm like, dude, this is crazy. I have money going out when I shouldn't have it going out, and I don't know what's going on, and I don't understand what this sweep strategy is, and why do I have this line of credit, and there's all of these different things that were going on that I literally didn't, my mind could not understand, so I thought he was putting me in a horrible situation. It wasn't until I learned, and it wasn't until I changed how I thought, and who I was, and learned what he was trying to teach me, that I understood that, oh my gosh, what he's showing me is it's like having gold standing right at your feet, but because you don't recognize what gold looks like, you just pass over it and you say, oh, it's just a rock, right? If you had no idea what gold and silver look like in the ore, in the actual gold ore, silver ore, you would pass right over it. And that's what I was doing. That sucked. That was not... that I almost burnt that relationship to the ground because I didn't know I didn't understand. So first and foremost, if you want to start creating something that is big, say you're doing 5 figures right now and you want to go to 6, or 6 figures and you want to go to 7, you have to become that person that you need to be in a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever, however long you want it to take. And one of the ways that you can do that is by hanging out with people who are doing better than you, and just learning from them, and not being a freaking dummy like I was and almost burn that bridge to the ground. Who do you hang out with right now? Are they successful? Do they spend their time creating big things? Do they spend their time learning do they spend their time doing big deals? Do they spend their time creating businesses that have passive income or active income coming on a regular basis, on a recurring basis? Or do they come home, sit on the couch, watch TV, invite you over to the fights, and you guys talk about how high gas prices are? And I'm not knocking people who talk about how high gas prices are, but if going from $3 in California, $3.40 to, and yes, I'm driving a Tesla, and you're probably going to say, Dean, you hypocrite, you have a Tesla, it doesn't matter. Well, it is what it is. I do have a truck, and I have a van, and I have 9 kids. That van guzzles gas like crazy. If you are talking about how expensive gas is, going from $3.50 to $5, and that's what your buddies talk about, you're hanging around with the wrong crowd. You're hanging around with the wrong people. Okay? Yeah, gas prices are high, but what are you creating that will get you to where that's not a big issue, right? What are you creating to where that's not a problem? Or are you going to just sit around and whine about it? Now you see, remember, I came from nothing. Barely any, to where I had to have Thanksgiving dinner at the mall at one point in time because we didn't have enough money to pay for Thanksgiving dinner. But the people who I started hanging around, my circle of friends who, yeah, every now and then they like a sports game or something like that, but overall they're building huge businesses. They're creating lifestyle businesses. They are doing things that everyone else refuses to do because it's too hard. They're living lifestyles where they can travel at any point in time. The people that I hang out around with right now, because they're way better than I am. Yes, I'm a multi-millionaire, but these guys are way more multi than I am. They're talking about buying private jets and putting them into networks and getting paid to have their private jet flown by other people and yada yada yada. $25 million private jet, and it's nothing, right? Those are the people that I need to hang around with to think like they do, to learn literally by being with them. So if you have 5 people, you are the average of the 5 people that you hang around. Who are you hanging around? Who is going to help you to change your mindset to where you're not a freaking dumb, where you're not a freaking dumb, and you learn by simply being around them to grow your business to your next level. Who are you hanging around with? That's the ultimate way to change your mindset, is by hanging around with people where you are not the brightest. You are the least brightest. And being a student, being quiet, taking risks that they tell you to take, even though it might sound crazy. And doing that over and over again. So here's my action for you. Take inventory of the people who you are hanging out with right now. Doesn't mean you can't be the friends. Doesn't mean that you can't hang out from time to time. But on a regular basis, if you're hanging around with people who are complaining about simple things, you're going to live a very, very simple life. And if you hang around people who are doing big things, there's nothing wrong with simple life. If that's what you want, that's what you get. That's totally fine. But if you want to do big things, if you want to have a business that works for you, whether you're asleep or not, with hundreds of people working for you, that grows with or without you, you need to hang around with people who do that. So that you can start thinking and seeing that is possible for you. So if you are a 5-figure earner, start hanging out with six figures. If you are a 6-figure earner, start hanging out with 7 figures. If you are a 7-figure earner like me, you should hang out with 8-figure earners. Right? That's how you get to that next level and change that mindset of yours, the beautiful mind that you have, and become who you want to be so that you can build a business that works for you and delivers value to you, to your family, to everyone else around you. All right, so this is Dean Soto. Go check out, hey, if you want to have workers who document everything that you're doing, and then at the same time, once it's documented step by step into a systemized process document, and then after they're done with that, they then do the task, so you never have to do it again. You literally spend 5 minutes showing them how to do something, they go document it, and then they actually go do it. Go check out prosulum.com, www.prosulum.com, prosulum.com. If you want to just figure out how the heck I'm working like crazy right now in my business, I have no idea how to make this business work for me. Go to systemizein5.com. That's systemize in 5 spelled out F-I-V-E, systemizein5.com. Systemize with a Z. Systemizein5.com, and I have a free course there, 4 video series to teach you how to build systems, how to think in systems, how to grow so that you can have a 7-figure business that literally you work 4 hours a day. All right, so this is Dean Soto. It's great seeing you, and I'll see you in the next video.